Hello, my name is Fallo and welcome back to our introduction to EU4. If you survived the first video, then you'll be happy to hear that we're finally going to show you some gameplay. If you had any questions about the first video, you can always leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to you, maybe via video or by commenting right away. So I was thinking about how can I best explain this game, and maybe the best idea is to just start playing the game and then I will explain you everything in detail, what I'm doing, and hopefully you will understand what I'm doing. If not, don't be afraid because it's probably my explanation, but so it's not you, it's me. Anyway, so one of our to-dos that we have to look at urgently is that we have too few rivals. This is bad for our power projection. So let's start by selecting our rivals. By selecting your rivals, it's really important to look at what you want to do in the future. Like for example, if you want to conquer France, if you want to conquer Northern Africa, it's it can really be helpful by selecting the correct rivals. Like for example, we want to go for Granada. It's one of our missions, and so we know I know from the past that Morocco will help Grenada because they have the same religion, and that's why they will help try to keep their independence. So Morocco will be one of our rivals, and then we have to look a little bit further. Like for example, we can select Morocco and then go to the diplomacy and see which countries are their rivals. So for example, Tlemcen and Tunis are rivals of them. So if Tlemcen and Tunis want to start an alliance with us and we will start a war with Morocco, they will be happy to join because we rivaled their rivals or their enemies. So let's see. Tlemcen is threatened by us, so they're not really. It's not a big negative view of us. Morocco is neutral, and so we could even try to get Morocco as an alliance, but it will be difficult. Grenada, it's dropping. Even while it's passed, they really don't like us. But I think they're too small. So if you're in this, something to know, if you're in the diplomacy tab from your country, you can sometimes you see your own a country that you selected before, but you can go to your own country by selecting this button. So France will be nice to have as a rival. France and England are one of the bigger powers at the moment in Europe, so you have to. It's best to select one of both. Portugal isn't friendly to us, but they're allied with England, so you don't want to have England as a rival. So I'm going to select France and going to select Morocco because I want to capture Northern Africa. And I have one more. I'm not sure which one I want to take. Aragon I don't want to take. I want to be friendly with them because they would be a nice alliance to have. And in the future, there's an event that's called Iberian Wedding that would allow that Aragon becomes part of, that you create Spain together. And you will be the ruler, so it will be nice to keep them as a friend. So we have to work on it because their opinion is very low. They see us as a rival, so we have to change that. So currently we don't have a need for a third rival, but we have solved the to-do list. So next up, the to-do list is we have a free advisor slot, so you can have 3 advisors. For each power you have 1 advisor. Advisors aren't very cheap, so if you have an advisor, they give you an extra PowerPoint for this for the selected power. So if you have +3 advisor, it costs you 9 ducats a month. That's more than we make. It's just below what we make each month, so we're not going to take this. And then we can take. So it's a good idea to take a +1. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do it at the moment, because we don't have a lot of income. So maybe if there's someone with a good bonus, we will take it. But for now, I think maybe this is not a bad idea to increase our reputation with Aragon faster. So I think I might take this one. And yeah, this we don't need at the moment. Land force limit modifiers. So I'm going to take 1 advisor and going to take this one to increase our reputation with surrounding countries. And then you can see you can fire him after a month. So it's not set in stone that he will stay until he's dead, but you can always fire him. And now we can also change our national focus. National focus is where you focus on one power for 20 years. So if you change your power, it will be changed for 20 years. National focus gives you +2 power points each month, but it will give you a -1 power on the other powers. So I'm going to deselect this now, and I'm going to go for a balanced power income for now. So then, what's next? Truce will expire in 1448 with Grenada, so we can't attack Grenada at the moment, but that's a problem. So it gives us time to work on our relations with our neighboring countries. Then we can also build some, we can afford to build buildings in provinces, but it's 200 ducats, so we have just 204 ducats, so I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save my money just to raise some armies, to increase our armies, and then because we're not at the maximum force limit. Here you can see the countries that have no heir for the throne, and so it's possible to gain a royal marriage with these countries, and when the ruler dies, it's possible that you can that you have a claim on the throne. So it's always handy to keep an eye on. I never used it before, actually. I'd like to just conquer the rest. And then let's select our mission. You can always remove one by right-clicking it. So if you're not interested at the moment, yeah, this one I'm going to keep. And then let's see what we can do. So we have 3 missions: improve our prestige, solidify our papal relations, and finish the Reconquista. This one will take some time because we have to wait until our truce is expired with Grenada. we can attack them before the truce is expired, but this gives us a very, very large penalty. So it's better to wait a few years than to risk getting some other countries attacking you because you feel threatened by you. And so I think I'm going to go for the Papal State opinion. The Papal State is located in Italy, of course, where the Vatican is. So let's select Papal State is currently at 25 positive opinion. And so let's first select this mission. I'm not going to select the prestige mission because 50 prestige is a lot to gain very quick. So we're currently at 8, so we have to gain 42, and our yearly prestige is dropping, so this mission is not very useful to take now. So let's select this mission. And the national decisions, yeah, we have to wait until we unlocked some of the other requirements before we can select them. So for now, we have to improve our papal relations, the papal opinion of us. And how can we do this? We can do this by a few methods. So let's first expand everything. If you are using the vanilla version of EU4, this window will be a little bit smaller, but there are some mods that can make it bigger. So if you're interested, I will post a link below, and so you can download them. So we have to improve our relations, so let's look at the relations actions. So we can send an insolent, but that will not improve the relations, of course. So we can just send a diplomat, and so we have 3 diplomats that we can send to other countries to do different kinds of stuff. We can send them to offer alliances. We can send them to support rebels. We can fabricate claims on other provinces. We can, all different kinds of things. And you also, maybe the most important one, to declare war, you also need to have a diplomat and to force peace treaties. So we have currently 3 diplomats. It's because we are a kingdom. Normal other countries with other government types, they have 2 diplomats. So let's first offer alliance. They will accept the alliance. You can see, like here, you can see, I can always see why they will accept or they will not accept. So the tooltips are very useful. They will select the alliance because they have more positive reasons and negative reasons. They like our army strength, they like our trust, they trust us, our navy strength, diplomatic reputation, etc. But they are neutral towards us, so they have a negative 20 reasons. But so we can offer alliance, they will say yes. After that, I think this will increase their opinion a little bit, I'm not sure. And then we can just send our diplomats to go there, improve relations. And you can improve relations until plus 100. And then we can leave him there to keep improving relations, but you see this in the future when we're there. So I also want to improve relations with Aragon. And I'm going to send to Morocco. I'm going to have them issue embargo that they reduce their trade power I will come back to trade in later this episode or maybe a next episode because it's also a big topic. So let's issue embargo. It gives you some some extra trade power in your trade nodes. And France is also a rival. I can't do anything else. So our 3 diplomats are sent away. They send away, so they will arrive. One is already in Aragon, and Hernando de Alarcon will arrive in Rome for in 12 days to offer the alliance, and then we have the Lope Narvaez. I probably am screwing up the names, but they will arrive in Morocco and they return in Spain, Castile in 5 days. So yeah. So now we have gained some power protection because we have rivals now. And what can we do else before we start pause? Let's create some. Let's look at our army. So here you can see the production interface. Here you can build your armies, your navies. You can create cores from provinces that you just captured. You can convert provinces. Here you can see the local autonomy of provinces. And so the local autonomy, they give you some unrest if they want to be separated. You can change some cultures. So these cultures, they're not accepted for now. I think in the future they will be accepted. But you can always change the cultures with diplo points. You can create buildings and development. It's the same as I showed you when you select your province, then you can do the same here for development. Also for buildings, by the way, you can just click this one and you can create a building. So let's go back, and as you can see, our army force limit is at 23 of 29, so we can have more forces before we get a penalty that we have too much forces. So current army is, let's see. So we have 17,000 infantry and 6,000 cavalry. That's about 3-to-1 ratio, so I think this is okay. And let's create some infantry. So when you select the units, then you can see which provinces that can build them, because not every province can build everything. Land units they can, but navy units can always only shore provinces do. So let's see which one are. Yeah, doesn't make much difference. So let's create one here. So we can build 6. So I'm going to do 4 land units and 2 cavalry. And our navy, we also again we have 18 of 22. So let's select our navy and see what we got for now. So our navy exists. Our navy exists out of 10 transport ships, 0 galleys, and 5 light ships. Light ships are used for trade nodes, to protect trade nodes. I will show you in a bit, or probably next episode. And we have 3 heavy ships. So the galleys and the heavy ships, they are for combat, and the transport ships, they are for transporting troops from overseas. And as I told you before, light ships are for trade routes. So let's create some ships, and then I'm going to got goods for this episode, so I'm going to create one more heavy ship. So let's see, and let's create some light ships to protect our trade routes. We can build why it's not showing that it's building something weird. Normally it should be like the army units, but yeah, probably a bug. And so yeah, now we can unpause, but I'm going to make a cut here and then I'll see you next time. Bye.